What's up, my babies? Welcome back to another video. My name is Kay. We're gonna hop right into this install, honey. So if you're ready to see me get this bust down middle part jet black, babe, keep on watching.
Brown baller, take one, action. That's a wrap.
Okay, babe, so we're gonna hop right into the customization of this wig. This is a 6x6 250% 28-inch lace closure wig. Make sure you guys check out the review for this wig, but nevertheless, we're gonna hop into the install. So as you guys can see, I sprayed some got to be glued free spray on the hairs to make sure they just were out of the way and they didn't get any bleach on them. And then I'm mixing up some 40 volume developer with some BW bleach powder. Now the consistency of this bleach mix isn't as thick as I would like for it to be. You want it to be like thick, like toothpaste. You don't want it to be runny because you leave chance for it to kind of go through the lace and get on your hair. So I ended up putting like a little barrier there because your girl was nervous, as you see me looking. So I left this on for about 10 to 12 minutes and then I rinsed it out and washed it with some purple shampoo to take away any orange brassiness. Now I'm going in with some jet black hair dye. Now I did use these box dyes and y'all know I'm in another country, so that's why you see it in another language. Child, I didn't have a mannequin head, okay? So don't make fun of my little ghetto setup here, but we gonna do what we need to do to get it done. So I'm really saturating my hair. I really should have gotten 3 boxes of this dye, but I made it work with just the 2 boxes. This is 28-inch hair and it's 250% density. So child, this is a lot of hair, okay? But I try my best to kind of spread out that product and get it in as much as possible, using a comb to kind of comb through the hairs and like assuring that the dye gets on each hair kind of helped me like make the dye last. But definitely if you're using boxes and you have this much hair, go ahead and get 3, maybe even 4. You know, I wanted to do the water color method, but it was just not in the cards for me. So I did what I knew how to do, and that's just box dye. So now you seeing me, I had that top, the lace closure part set apart because I didn't want it to get mixed in with the rest of the wig. And I didn't want to get any dye on my lace, of course. So I did this part last and I'm now taking my time. I'm using a brush to, you know, get to the roots. And then once I get to the roots, I'm combing it into the rest of the hair and then I'm setting that piece aside. And I just continue that throughout the closure. It's just a 6x6 closure, so it's not that much lace that we're working with, but it's enough, child. So make sure you just be careful because it's a whole nother process to get dye off the lace. Although I will say I did get some dye on the lace, like the very front when I was touching it, the part that's going to get cut off when I install it. And when I washed the dye out of the hair, that dye came off the lace. So I don't know what kind of magic they got in this lace, but girl, the dye didn't stay on the lace. So like, that's a good thing for us. Now I don't mean like go out of your way to get some dye on the lace. I'm just saying, like, for me, I wasn't as nervous because it just rinsed right out. So once I kind of clear, make sure I have all of the dye all over the hair, I go in and just let it sit. I probably let the wig sit for maybe a full day just because I wanted that dye to really get into a child. So now we're going to get into this install and I'm using some African Pride oil to really grease my hair underneath. I've had these braids in for about 2 weeks now. So I want to make sure that we protecting our hair underneath our wigs. This is a protective style. So we want to make sure that we protecting at all costs. This is also another one of my favorite little drops, oil serums, and that is the Mielle drops. It has like rosemary, mint, tea tree oil. It's really good for itching, an itchy scalp, dry scalp, all that stuff. So I do recommend that. I try to leave all these products that I use in the description box below. Make sure you guys check out my Amazon storefront as well. So I used some got to be glued and I went ahead and brushed back my baby hairs and put on a wig cap. Y'all see this wig cap is very much not melanated, very much mayonnaise. And that's okay because we're putting some foundation all over that lace and it's pretty much going to disguise what baby needs to disguise, as you guys can see here in a bit. So I'm just kind of combing back those hairs. There are 2 combs on the side of this lace closure wig, so I'm just kind of adjusting those and tucking those in. When I did put the wig on my head, I did put the strap, girl, I'm feeling myself, relax. So I adjusted the straps in the back as well to make it snug fit on my head. This wig was just a teeny bit big, but it definitely fit perfectly once I adjusted those straps. So I'm using a brown pencil, eyeliner pencil, to kind of like set aside where exactly I needed the glue to be and how far down I needed it to be as well. This is not a full frontal, so I needed to make sure that I didn't put too much glue on my head, because getting glue off your forehead, child, is like the worst ever. Okay, it's the worst, especially for me. So I went in and did 3 layers. Once the layers dried clear, you add the next layer. So again, I did 3 layers, and then this is my 3rd one that I'm putting on. I kind of skipped the 2nd one to show you guys, but this is the 3rd. And I'm just making sure that I, fully flatten out that glue and make it flat. We don't want no clumpiness in certain places and others not. And once that glue goes clear, I pull over the lace over the glue. Like, I try to make it like almost so that the front of my lace isn't on the glue, if that makes sense, just so I can make sure that the wig is fully on and aware. Like, that's a new trick that I'm learning, simply because I always struggle with glue and lace. Like, I never would pull it all the way over. So that's just a way to ensure that the glue is going to be on your wig and you're not going to have any in the front of your hairline. So as you guys can see, I'm kind of like pushing down that lace after I cut the lace off. But can we just take a second and say, where is the lace? Like, where did it go? Can you see it? Because I can't see it at all. I can't see it right now. I'm looking in the mirror while I'm doing this voiceover. I can't see it. Goodness gracious. Wow. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the review of this wig, because child, I got some things to say. Like, we need to just talk about it. Anywho, let's focus. Okay. So I don't really know the purpose of what I was doing here, but I did want to kind of go in and pluck a little bit more. Now, when you guys see the finished result, it is a lot better than what I started off with. And this wig is pre-plucked. So I started off with a small, slightly pre-plucked hairline, and then I ended with this. It's not as much gone, obviously, but it was a little bit better. So, I'm getting better at plucking and stuff, but again, another story for another day. We're going to go in and pluck some more in another video, because I really want to get a technique down, and I want to share that with you guys as well. So I just sprayed a little bit of my Ebin lace spray in the black bottle. That's my favorite. And I just put my elastic band around my lace and tied baby down. So now we're going to get into this bust down middle part. It's a bust down middle part. Jet black bust down middle part. It's a TikTok. Relax, my bad. I'm using my wax stick to put on either side of my parts, and I'm going to use my hot comb on like 430 or 450, and we're gonna flatten this baby down. Okay, like, before I got a hot comb, I don't know how I was getting my wig flat. Like, I was getting it flat, but like with the hot comb, like, we flat. Like, there's no questions asked. Baby is flatter than a pancake. Okay, super flat. So I'm trying to ensure that I get all of that flatness in there, and then I'm gonna go in and brush my hair. Now, I just wanted to show you guys that, like, that shedding was from me plucking my hair, but baby, Pocahontas, is that you? Jet black, bust down middle part. Jesus, take the wheel. I wanted to show you guys and share with you guys how I get to my super duper body wave like type of a look. And I'm going in with some heat protectant. Make sure we protecting our natural hair and our wigs to prolong and elongate the life of our wigs and hair. Using some heat protectant to just protect from the heat. And then I go in with some Got to Be Glued spray, and I spray it onto the hair before I curl my hair. I'm just using a curl wand that I got from a company called PYT. which I love this freaking curl wand. It was $150, so I better freaking love it. Okay, don't make that purchase like me, but it was a good investment. But don't. Right. I love this curl wand. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but anywho, nevertheless, I'm just wrapping my hair. Some I'm kind of just wrapping around the curl wand, and then others I'm literally like spiraling around. Like, you'll see the very last piece, I'm like making sure the hair is flat, and then I wrap it around. It's hard for me to explain, but you guys will see in this next piece, like the hair is flat all the way around versus me just twirling it around, and it gives that nice, beautiful spiral curl. Like, ooh, it's just like so satisfying. Like, watch this curl come off the curl. Like, come on, like stop. Like, you can't tell me anything. Like, the curls are beautiful, the jet black, the silkiness, the shine, the luster. Like, come on, like all of the above. Like, come on. So I kind of pinned away the curls for now because we're gonna we going into 2023 still attempting to do baby hairs. And you know what, we're getting better by the day, but we're just not there yet, and that's okay because we're moving at our own pace. Okay, and God still loves us, and that's all that matters. So I just cut off some hairs, pushed the other back into the group that it was in. But then the other pieces at the very edges of my lace closure, I'm just like attempting to swoop them babies down, child. And then I use some Got to Be Glued free spray, which I'm going to go in a little bit later and use some gel because they started to lift up. But you guys will see that later. So for now, I'm adding some foundation to my part. And then I add some of the tint powder that has been going around, and it's supposed to be like specifically for lace. I believe it's by Reds. You can find it in your local beauty supply store, excuse me. I kind of go in, here it is right here, and almost like follow up with that powder, and as you can see, it makes it a little bit more realistic. You can kind of see my cap through, but once I put this powder on, it blends very easily. So I would definitely recommend this powder. Just make sure you get it in your color, because I feel like this color might be a little bit lighter for my skin tone. But anywho, it works. So I put that along my hairline as well as the parts. And then as you guys see, I put on some of that Got to Be Glued just along my baby hair so they can kind of stay in place. And yeah, girl, like, we gonna swoop them things on, like, you know, we gonna act like we know what we doing, because we do. Like, you don't know that we are completely lost, because it looks like we know what we're doing, and that's all that matters. You fake it till you make it, and then you make it. Jesus. If you guys want to keep those baby doll curls, by all means, please do so. But I'm just going to turn this into a body wave, and I'll eventually like brush it out and keep it into a real body wave. But for the ending, I'm just going to add a little bit of oil, a little argan oil to my ends and throughout my hair to keep that luster and to keep away the frizz. And then I'm going to add some Got to Be Glued free spray on my hand and press it on the top of my head because I have just a few flyaways. But this is pretty much it, y'all. This is the end of this video. I hope that you liked it. If you did, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. Comment down below any comments, questions, or concerns. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you babes on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah.